Akuma's close stand forward works from farther away. It forces stand, which is important for a lot of his combo routes. It's now very consistent after stand roundhouse. On that note, far stand roundhouse is now a one-hit attack with a target combo into the second hit, similar to SF4. This makes it a bit safer on block, since certain characters could duck the second hit. Far stand fierce also has a target combo, similar to his SF5 one. It does high damage, but generally has no conversions, other than super. But, Far Fierce no longer cancels the special moves. I couldn't find any changes to his ground Hadokens or Shukanets. He can no longer do meterless air fireballs while jumping away from the opponent, though you can still do them from neutral jumps. If you do Akuma's air EX fireball with light and medium or medium and heavy, it's mostly the same. But if you do it with light and heavy, you get an SF5 style EX air fireball, which pauses midair. There's no height restrictions on this one, so it should work on the same principles as a low EX dive kick. Apart from damage and cancelability, Akuma's meterless Shoryukens appear to be the same. But EX Shoryuken now costs 2 bars and does a massive amount of damage. It seems to have JP2, so it's really nice in most of his juggles. But if he wants to do Shoryuken FADC on block, it costs 4 meters, which is very expensive. But there's a built-in option select in that it only FADCs on block, so you only use as much meter as you need to. On the subject of Wake Up, Teleport doesn't travel nearly as far, though it recovers much more quickly. If you do the kick teleport towards an opponent, then hit jab plus short, Akuma will do a command grab out of his teleport for 2 bars. You can't combo into it, and it can be punished on whiff, not to mention you can get counter hit before it hits. It's probably pretty easy to jump out of it on reaction to any teleport forward. Meterless Tatsumaki is pretty much the same, except that Akuma has a greater capacity to juggle out of it. EX Tatsu has a suction effect and launches the opponent much closer, enabling corner follow-ups mid-screen. Air Tatsus can no longer cross up, which is a big nerf compared to his Ultra version. I can't find anything with EX Air Tatsu either. Demon Flip is now QCF Kick. Meterless Demon Flip is by and large the same, but you can now FADC or super cancel the empty flip slide. Demon Flip into EX Air Fireball is gone too. EX Demon Flip is almost completely overhauled. It no longer tracks, and it doesn't autocorrect if you go over them like Street Fighter V. EX Flip Slide is 3 hits, and only -1 on block. EX Flip Punch always throws a 2-hit fireball. There's no palm follow-up at all. EX Flip Grab does quite a lot of damage, and it has a new animation. Super is insane. It's still a 1-frame grab. But now you can combo into it like a hit on the ground, so it's easy to confirm. Also, it has a lot of juggle potential, at least JP3, so you can juggle into it from uppercut or Tatsu anywhere on the screen for massive damage. This is the best super I've seen by far in Omega. I couldn't find any significant changes to Ultra 1. You can't combo into it on the ground like you can with Super. But Ultra 2 is faster and has general hitbox improvements, and it easily works after focus attack. I was getting it more easily from teleport cancels too. You can also combo it from EX Fireball FADC, or even normal Fireball FADC at long range. Akuma is a pretty complex character in Ultra, and seems to be pretty complex in Omega, with both buffs and nerfs to change his ideal way of playing. Like Ryu, and unlike Ken, he seems to be a prototype of his SF5 version. He's still frail, but his tools are really easy to use, and his damage is pretty high, though his meter use doesn't really work in twos like most other Omega characters I've tried. At times he feels like a character without an Ultra in USF4, and his Ultras are par for the course in this mode, so I think he's a bit stronger in the engine. He's fun.